18-year-old is charged with murdering a Humboldt convenience store worker, Sheila Myers, in November last year.
You said you did it for cigarettes and money and so no one could identify you, but I think that's a lie.
I agree with the family. I hope you die in prison as well. You know, if this was a death penalty state, you'd be getting a chair.
In November of 2010, 17-year-old Michael Swanson walked into two convenience stores and shot two different women on their faces. But instead of feeling sorry for what he did, he appeared in court laughing. Camilla Gammett also appeared in court laughing after she murdered her boyfriend in cold blood. From Michael Swanson, who laughed at his victims' families, to Camilla Gammett, who made a judge angry for laughing at her victim's family.
You were relentless. You stabbed, you stabbed, you stabbed, you stabbed, you stabbed until he was dead.
These are killers who laughed at victims' families in court. On October 4th, 2016, 18-year-old Jordan Clee was found dead on a pathway near the Pine Lake Village Cooperative in the 2600 block of Adrian Drive on Ann Arbor's west side. About 1 week later, Danta Wright, Delano Gracie, and Jamarius Ellison, all 17-year-olds, were arrested for Jordan Clee's murder. Fast forward to June of 2017, and Danta Wright made a shocking confession in an Ann Arbor courtroom, admitting to killing Jordan Clee without batting an eye.
As a result of that armed robbery, what did you do with that gun and Mr. Jordan Clee?
Shot him.
And where did you shoot him?
On the top of his head.
Before being sentenced by Judge David Schwartz, Karen Clee, Jordan Clee's mother, was given the chance to address the courtroom. However, she was too upset to address the courtroom directly and had an official from the Washtenaw County Prosecutor's Office read her letter.
Jordan no longer has a future. I've lost my only child, my son, my baby, my friend. More than that, I've lost laughter and love.
And while she was at it, the murderer was sitting there, smiling.
Why you thought his death was an acceptable response to your jealousy or desire to what he had.
However, it didn't take long for Judge David Schwartz to wipe the smile off of Wright's face.
I have never in 23 years of prosecuting ever not accepted the sentence agreement between the
Wright became sober for the first time since the hearing, and eventually he was given 25 to 50 years in jail for his crimes. In April 2012, 28-year-old Tyrell Webster shot and killed 47-year-old Grover Cleveland Watson Jr. in the 3400 block of Osage Avenue in East Price Hill. On the same day, Webster was arrested as the murderer. In October 2013, Webster went before Judge Jody Lubers after being convicted of killing Grover, and right there, he wasted his chance of receiving mercy from the judge due to his rude behavior. During the hearing, Webster dodged routine questions about how long he attended school.
Do that matter?
Yes, it does.
The jury wasted no time before they convicted Webster of murder. Soon, the victim's sister, Carolyn O'Brien, was asked to address the courtroom. While she did, Webster stood there cold.
And he was taken from us on my brother's birthday, which hurts very, very much.
O'Brien is legally blind, and so she asked the judge for help to figure out where Webster was standing in the courtroom, so she can look at him as she spoke. But as she spoke, Webster was laughing, and Judge Lubers had to be O'Brien's eyes.
Turned cold.
Just so you know he's laughing right now. I really don't care about this, because you know what, you laughing now. But the moment they get you behind those prison walls for the rest of your life, you will be somebody's girlfriend. And that's not no.
At the end of the trial, Webster was given a sentence of 18 years to life behind bars. On May 18th of 2013, 38-year-old Marcel Hill was found dead from stab wounds and blunt force trauma to his head. On the same day, Hill's 31-year-old girlfriend, Camilla Gammett, was arrested for the murder. However, in April 2014, Camilla claimed that she was convicted of lies as she only acted in self-defense.
The trial, the way I was portrayed, mostly everything was lies.
Camilla claimed that she stabbed Hill in self-defense, and on top of that, she rolled her eyes and smiled as the victims' families addressed the court.
I remember the cries of help that he screamed as you plunged that knife in and out of his body.
And as if that wasn't enough, she continued to talk back at the victim's family during their address, and forced Judge McBain to make a threat.
And you're gonna shut your mouth or I'm gonna have some duct tape put on it.
But Judge McBain wasn't the only angry one, as Chief Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Teddy Rezmersky also reacted out of frustration.
We have no choice but to send her where she will also die. I can't believe she stands before you doing this morning.
Camilla's rude behavior in court further made Judge McBain angry as he threw a dangerous wish in the well.
You gutted him like a fish in that apartment, too. You were relentless. You stabbed, you stabbed, you stabbed, you stabbed, you stabbed until he was dead. I agree with the family. I hope you die in prison as well. You know, if this was a death penalty state, you'd be getting the chair.
In the end, Camille was not given the death sentence, but instead she received a life sentence without the possibility of parole. In November of 2010, Michael Swanson was arrested for the robbery and deaths of 2 women, 61-year-old Sheila Myers on the right and 47-year-old Vicki Bowman Hall on the left. He stated his journey of serial killing by stealing his parents' Jeep and getting weapons from their storage. He then proceeded to meet his friend, Sigla, who later testified against him in court. After the two had a brief conversation, Swanson said to Sigla, "You'll see me on the news." Swanson then went straight to Come and Go convenience store along the Highway 169 in Humboldt, Iowa, and shot Sheila Myers in the face after she complied with his demands for cash and cigarettes. He then went to the Algona convenience store, where he also shot Vicki Bowman Hall. On the same day, Swanson was arrested, and to everyone's shock, he laughed as he was being escorted to his first court appearance, saying to reporters, "Y'all are funny." As Sheila Myers' daughter addressed the courtroom, Swanson just sat there cold after revealing that he had killed the women with the intent to feel powerful.
You said you did it for cigarettes and money and so no one could identify you, but I think that's a lie. You did it, as you later said on, that it was so you could feel powerful. How could killing a defenseless woman and an outright execution be powerful or fair? My mom did nothing to you.
And while his verdict was being read, he was spotted smiling and laughing, showing no remorse at all.
It's cold-blooded murder. Cold-blooded murder, young man.
For his crimes, he was sentenced to life in prison. In August of 2013, 18-year-old Isabella Guzman was charged with first-degree murder in the stabbing death of her mother, Yoon Mi Hoi, at their home in Aurora, Colorado. It was reported that the police arrived at the crime scene. The body of Yoon Mi Hoi was lying on the ground next to a baseball bat. Originally, it was reported that her mother was stabbed 79 times, 31 stabs to the face, and 48 stab wounds to the neck. However, a further autopsy revealed that there were a total of 151 stab wounds. But despite this grave offense, Isabella was seen in the courtroom, smiling at the camera. One of her clips making funny faces at the camera and smiling soon went viral online, gaining millions of views. However, Isabella's case was different. Apart from being the victim's family herself, she was mentally ill. The judge accepted her mental plea and sent her to the state mental hospital instead of jail.